Let's bring in U.S. Ambassador to NATO. Matthew Whitaker is here. Ambassador, Congressman James Comer is opening up an investigation into this auto pen scandal. He says that there are serious concerns about using this auto pen to grant pardons for Biden's family members. Do the American people deserve to know what went on in the final days of Joe Biden's presidency?
Yeah, John, good to be with you, and greetings from Brussels, Belgium. I think this whole situation, and I said it at the time, needed to be known to the American people. I think, a congressional investigation is very appropriate to make sure that we know who was making the decisions, whether that's to sign documents using an auto pen or whether that was to set the broad foreign policy of the American government. I mean, I think these are all serious issues that are raised, and I think a congressional investigation led by Congressman Comer is appropriate at this time.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think the American people deserve that. Let's pivot here. President Trump is offering to broker a face-to-face here meeting with Putin and Zelensky. Putin, he no-showed, though, at this peace summit on Thursday. Trump says that he'll be speaking to Putin and Zelensky on Monday. How do you see this playing out? Will Trump be able to broker a peace deal here?
Yeah, I think President Trump has really brought this closer to a ceasefire and a enduring peace than anybody had for the 3+ years of the war. I mean, this is bold diplomacy by President Trump. Is it happening as quickly or as suddenly as we all had hoped and as President Trump has been pushing it? Absolutely not. But, we had a meeting in Istanbul, Turkey, last Thursday. Agreement on prisoner exchange was agreed to. And again, we'll just kind of keep taking the victories. But, this is what Donald Trump has done that nobody else could do. He brought both sides together. He's going to continue to press this. But, he has also made sure that the United States is not involved in some other intractable foreign conflict that, takes our resources and our time and attention. And so, I think Donald Trump is the perfect person to lead this to peace. And, I hope that especially at this moment, both sides decide that the killing needs to end, that 5,000 people dying every single week is unsustainable, and that, the modern world needs peace, and especially here in Europe, we need peace.
Absolutely, Ambassador. Speaking of Iran, though, I just want to touch on that real quickly here. President Trump says this week that he's close to this nuclear deal. How close? And what is Iran willing to give up?
Well, I mean, again, Iran can never have a nuclear war head or bomb. I mean, that is just too frightening to even comprehend what they would do with it. And so Donald Trump, again, whether it's peace between India and Pakistan, whether it's this deal with Iran that we're very close to, or whether it's Ukraine and Russia, I mean, Donald Trump is changing the game as only he can, and it's to the benefit of the American people.
Do you think that Putin will, given what we've seen with the Middle East, President Trump is bringing together the Middle East. Do you think that that is a concern for Putin, and he might have to make this deal with President Trump, even though he might not want to?
Yeah, well, I mean, President Putin has a choice. He can either be a first world country and involved as nation states interact with each other, or he can continue to remain isolated and really uninvolved into the future of the globe. And I think, President Putin desperately wants to be a world actor, and the only way he's going to do that is if he agrees to a peace deal and a ceasefire that endures in Ukraine.
And President Trump, I mean, he's making all kinds of grounds here. I can't wait to see what happens from this call. He says that this is one of his top priorities on the campaign, that he was going to try and end this war, and he's bringing together both sides. Ambassador, I want to thank you so much for coming on here on this Sunday and shedding all that insight for us. We appreciate it. Matthew Whitaker.
Thank you. Good to see you, John.
Thanks.